What's up, guys? It's your old pal Jake again. Jake Shop and Track Talk. I'm gonna probably swear a little bit in this video, not like what I would consider, like offensive swearing. Just we're gonna talk about a term that's near and dear to my heart and a lot of other former military, veterans, active duty. And that's the term Mil Spec. And the reason I'm doing it is because I realize I'm answering some of these questions in my comments on my boot videos, my Nick's boot videos about, and I'll say, well, Mil Spec, and I don't know if some of you guys know what the hell I'm talking about. Mil Spec. All right, I'm not, when I was in the military, I was airframer. I had the most glorious, absolute job in the entire fucking military. A greasy, black-handed, hard-working airframer. I worked on F-18 Hornets for 20 years, and I'd do it as a contractor now, and I love it. All right. But I'm not going to talk about, firearms or anything like that. Right? Because certainly, I could, like, for example, when we say a firearm in the military, like I see guys with like super high end, Daniel Defense and saying, oh, it's Mil Spec and it's the finest, this is what our military gets. Okay. Maybe some guys do, but if a rear echelon motherfucker like me gets a firearm, it's a ratty old Colt. It's made out of 3 guns, and some gunner's mate who was still fucking drunk from the night before assembled it and function checked it and, got it out the door. All right. Or a Beretta M9, etc. It's got half the fucking parkerizations worn off it, and they look cool and they're functional. But just remember, Mil Spec. It's not. There are things that are. It can mean a whole lot of stuff. Okay, this is an old command ball cap from 3 commands ago when I was at Pax River. There's an NSN for one of these. There's an NSN for a bottle of water, a bottle of whiskey, a German Shepherd puppy. I don't know what stage of completion they come in. I don't know if they're trained to attack or adorable, friendly little pups and you got some assembly required or whatever. All right. So don't, I'm not saying Mil Spec means good or bad, but generally it means it was built to military specification. I'm going to give you an example right now, and this one's not working. It's got dead batteries in it or something. This is a 2D cell maglite flashlight. As an airframer, these were in our toolboxes for 20 years. We had to fucking beg to get LEDs in our TCM because the fighter wing didn't want to do it. Probably because they'd already bought a lot of incandescent, flashlights, and they needed to get rid of those bastards. But this was a Mil Spec item, and we beat them. I wish I had one that we'd thrown away. And you'll see them just completely just thrashed, and they would still, and sailors use these fuckers as hammers. They just beat them to death. About 2 years ago, they were replaced with a 4 AA cell Streamlight plastic fucking piece of shit, which was also a Mil Spec item. And my squadron fucking ran out of them on cruise, and we had to fucking beg, borrow, and steal to get our fucking direction wands and our flashlights to keep working. Let me tell you, it sucked because I was the guy who had to do it. All right, and that was a Mil Spec item too. military food. Everybody who was in the military knows. I mean, look at me, man. I've not starved to death. I've only been out of the military 9 months. I've ate a little bit too fucking much, to be honest with you. But it's, it's not. You're not at fucking Gordon Ramsay's or fucking Marco Pierre White's restaurant. It serves a purpose to keep you alive, keep you in a fight, keep you moving on the mission. It does the job. That's all it's supposed to do. I'm sure if you were in the military, and when it comes out the other end, you get to wipe your ass with some single ply, pretty abrasive toilet paper. Okay, veterans, you know what I'm talking about. You guys, maybe if you use a shitter in a gas station or something, that's Mil Spec toilet paper. Now, when I talk about a boot, I wish I had an old beat down Rocky flight deck boot. The Navy started issuing Rocky boots, oh boy, 10 years ago. I hadn't gotten a pair of Addisons in a long time. Well, anyway, when I retired, I bought a pair of Wolverines to get by while I had these Nicks on order. And if I had, this is not a Mil Spec product. This is far beyond Mil Spec. However, there's things that would have to change. When I was a Navy flight deck crewman, this would have been my dream flight deck boot. It's comfortable for hours on end. It's supportive. The only thing I would change, and it's not possible to do it in this style, is I would put a Vibram chevron sole on it. With no exposed screws. Because that's not bueno. And also I would put a doubler on the toe. Because toes wear out, soles fall off and toes wear out on flight deck boots. You get about 6 months out of a pair. They're not worth reselling, they're just shit. Not Mil Spec. This would probably make it a cruise and a half. Well, never mind. Fucking cruises are about 9 months anymore, so this would make it one whole cruise and not the old days. 6 months plus a standard 6 week, extension after our shrimp and fucking lobster and steak dinner. But when I say Mil Spec, it's a term that gets bandied around a lot, but it doesn't really mean much. But when it comes to U.S. Navy flight deck boots, they're not worth a shit. I mean, you guys are paying too much for the boots that they're putting on our sailors' feet. We need to get them better shit. I'm not saying we need to get them Nicks. The Rockies are terrible. All right, we gotta do something better. All right. Yeah, I don't. I thought I had something else that was coming out of my pea brain, but I don't. But that's just a basic rundown for you guys who watch especially the guys who've been watching my boot videos, what the fuck I'm talking about when I say Mil Spec or GI. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. It just basically has got to be made to military specification, and it's got to be built by the lowest bidder to fill the contract. Anyways, thanks for watching Jake's Shop and Track Talk, and hope that was informative for you guys. All right? Take it easy now. Bye.